Hi guys, welcome to Didedi's Crafty Corner. Today I'm going to try for the second attempt. When I saw this, this little heart by Spellbinders from the Die Club of the month, I saw I had this part of the heart, right? Remember this little piece here? I'm going to get ink all over this. So I'm not going to use this little piece for this project, but I wanted to use this little piece. So when I saw this little piece, when it cut out, the first thing I thought of is I wanted to make a fire heart, like a heart that looks like it's on fire. So I'm going to try it a couple of different ways. This first one that I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to use the distress inks. I've already done it one time and it just didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to. So I really want some yellow around the edges, and I think I covered that up a little bit too much, and I'm having a really hard time getting the dark red. Since we don't have our dark red yet in our Distress Oxide inks, I'm going to be using the regular Distress inks, and it's hard to get those colors to sit on top of each other, so that's where the problem lies. So we're going to try it one more time with the Distress inks. And I might use a finger dauber for the middle. That's my idea. And then I'm going to go to a different medium next and try it again until I get the look that I'm looking for. But this will be in a couple of different videos because I got the grandbabies, and either one of them will be busting in the door at any second because, Grandpa does not watch them the way Grandma does. So this time I'm going to start out with a yellow and put that all over the card. Last time I started out with red in the middle. So this time I'm using mustard seed yellow. And I'm just going to start that on my card. Maybe I should put a little squeezed lemonade on the outside part. Maybe. I'm afraid I'm going to get orange everywhere because my fingers are nasty. Maybe. I am, of course, using my favorite distress tool, which is from Little Acres Creation. It is a handmade wooden block. You guys have heard me talk about this before. It's like it was made for my hand. It wasn't, but it feels like it was. I've had it for a few years now. It's my favorite. One day I'm going to own many of them, but I just haven't done it yet. But it is my very favorite. Okay, so I've got some yellow on there. I'm wondering if I want to add just a little bit of squeezed lemonade to the edges. I'm not sure. I'm really wanting this to be super bright yellow. No, it doesn't really do anything for it. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my yellow off. And I'm going to go into my oranges. My orange, I think I'm only going to use one orange. And I'm okay with the color of that orange. So the orange that I'm using is Carved Pumpkin. Alright, and I'm just going to go right into the middle. And then we're going to go back over that with red. And I'm not going to go too far into my yellow. I think that's maybe what I did last time. I'm really wanting, like I said, I'm wanting this to have the oranges and then the oranges, the yellows, and then the red in the middle to look like this is a flamed heart, like this heart's a flame. Phone call. So I'm wondering, when the phone rings, do you guys hear it? Answer me that question, I'm wondering. Because I get tons of phone calls in the middle of filming, and I'm wondering, do you hear it? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so I'm going to get my orange going out there. I'm going to come back in and blend it with the yellow. I don't want to lose too much of my yellow, so I think I went too far into the orange and the yellow last time. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and do some red. And the red, I started out using Candied Apple, and I moved to Fire Brick because it was just a little deeper, darker. I'm not sure that I actually like that. I think the combination of both of them is what I like, but we're going to go ahead and do the Fired Brick. Look at my fingers, guys. Ugh. right, I'm going to hold this down here. Oh yeah, the fired brick's much darker. It's much better. Again, I'm trying to do this without losing too much of my orange. I have so much ink, it's kind of sitting on top of the paper. All right, so now we're going to come back in and do some more orange. And then we'll come back in and do some more red. And this is where having 2 or 3 of my little blending tools would be awesome. Then my fingers wouldn't be so dirty. But they are. So let's grab a wipe before I really trash this up. All right. Come back in with our orange around the edges and blend out the orange. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with the red. That looks good. I like the way that's looking. Let's go back in with the yellow real quick. Okay, let's move this over here. Let's go back in with the yellow and do a little bit of blending. Oh yeah, I like that. So now if I can get my red right. Okay, I really like that one. Actually, I'm liking that one too as it dries. All right, so let's go back in with some more red because we don't have enough red in the middle for me. Wondering if we need to add some of this candy apple. Oh, we got a little dot on there. Okay. I think it's about time for some new sponges. My sponges seem to be wearing out. Where's my dark red? Alright, I really like that. Let's just try something here, guys. My finger daubers have a completely different texture, so I'm not expecting this to be, yeah, it's not, I knew it wouldn't be smooth enough for me. Makeup sponge might be. Alright, let's go back to the orange. Which is here. Okay. And I'm just going to try to do this. You know what? Let's try something else first. Let's just try folding this in half. Let's see what kind of a blend I can get. The problem is you just can't really bend down. You can't press down hard enough to get the blend you want. And this paper is staying super wet. I am using, in case you're wondering, I am using the Bristol smooth paper. And it legitimately is staying very wet. I have saturated it. Ooh, I'm liking it though. I'm going to go ahead and dirty up my orange sponge a little bit with red. Really liking it. I just want to keep a little bit of that dark red right in the middle. And if I can do that, I'll be happy. And I'm going to come back to the orange part. Alright, Oh, all right, this should be our last go at it. I'm going to kind of move it into an area where I don't have ink laying around. Okay, ready? I don't want to lose too much of where I touched it and made that kind of look fiery a little bit, because I'm actually liking that. Perfect. All right. All right, I like that one. All right, what do you think, guys? Does it look to you like it's a little bit a fiery heart? I think so. This one just had a little bit too much orange on it. That's not to say I'm not going to use it. It just has just a little bit too much orange around the outside, where this just kept a little bit more of the yellow. So putting the yellow down first really did the trick. When it dries, I might come in and just darken up the red just a little bit, but then again, I may just leave it alone. I may just leave it alone. All right, I will be back after this dries and we'll start step 2. Let me zoom you in. Okay, let me move this out of the way. All right, so here is number 1 where I put the yellow down first. And then here is number 2 where I put the red down first. Just has a little more orange. I really wanted the yellows around the edges, so I think that's going to be the one that I go with. I think that's super cute. All right, guys, let me let it dry and we'll touch it up.